Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I am going to explain the exercise of your chapter 1 regarding the chapter Principles of Object Oriented Programming. Now I am here with this video of the computer application subject, and our topic is Principles of Object Oriented Programming. I have just uploaded the video of the theory and all the concepts, principles, elements of the object oriented programming already. You can go through them. Now here fill in the blanks of that chapter. So our first fill in the blank is an act of using essential features without including background details is called data abstraction. So its answer is data abstraction. Now second is, in an object oriented programming the stress is given on, so in object oriented programming the stress is given on data. Now third is, wrapping of data and function together as a single unit is called encapsulation. Okay, when we encapsulate data and function, then class develops. So encapsulation gives us class. Next, an object has unique identity through which it may differ with some characteristics and behavior. So children, object is a thing in which it is differ by some characteristics and behavior. Fifth is the object. Now fifth is the objects may communicate with each other through functions. Its answer is function. Move for the next. Sixth, in POP, the global data are loosely attached to the, its answer, function. The process by which class acquires the property of another class is known as inheritance. Okay, suppose if there are two class, one class, this is called superclass, and another class, that is called child class, a subclass. Okay, now this class will access the properties from the first one. So such type of process is called inheritance. Now 8, in object oriented programming, using a function for many purposes is termed as polymorphism. So polymorphism is the combination of two words. One is the poly and second is morphism. Okay, poly means many, and morphism means work. So many work, when we perform many work by a single object, that is called polymorphism. Now true or false. Your first is, a process according to which a class acquires the characteristics from another class is encapsulation. No, I have told you already that when a class acquires the characteristics from other class, that is called inheritance. That's why it will be false. Now procedure oriented program stress on data. So this is false because object oriented programming stress on data. Next is C++ is also an object oriented programming language. Yes, C++ is object oriented programming language. Next is, an object is defined by its characteristics. This is true. Okay, objects are defined by their characteristics and behavior. Two things are there in the class, one or object. One is the characteristics and second is the behavior. Next is, function is a set of objects that share the common state and behavior. This is false. There, okay, function is not have the state and behavior. Class or object have the state and behavior. That's why it will be false. Encapsulation keeps data safe from outside interference. Yes, this is true. Okay, by taking the concept of encapsulation, we can make such type of programs that we can hide many things from the outside world. It means it becomes the restrictions from the outside world. Now our true and false are completed. Now here are question answers of this chapter. So just what is our first question? First question is, what is meant by object oriented programming? So what is object oriented programming? Object oriented programming is an approach in which stress is laid on data rather than function. Okay, in this we stress on data, not on the functions, and the data values remain associated with the functions. Okay, means whatever data is there, that will plus with particular block of the program, as it encourages the data security. Okay, for short answer you can write first sentence also. This is enough answer. Now second question is, what are the elements of object oriented programming? So in object oriented programming there are many object oriented programming elements, but here are 4 in your syllabus. So just see, that is your encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance and polymorphism. These 4 object oriented principles are also called elements. If question comes that write the principles of the object oriented programming or the elements of the object oriented programming, then answer is same, you will write. Next is the list the features of object oriented programming. So some of the features of object programming are, it gives stress on data items rather than function. This you have read already in the above answer. It makes the complete program problem simpler by dividing into number of objects. If there is a large program and large program, we can divide in small codes, that is called objects. The objects can be used as a bridge to have data flow from one function to another. If there are two functions, so okay, suppose one function is here and another function is here. Now we want to send, okay, any message from this function to this function. Okay, so using the objects we can share the data values of these functions. It means object is a bridge between two functions. Object is a bridge between two functions to flow data from one function to second function. Next is the concept of data hiding enhances security in programs. Okay, in object oriented programming languages we can use data abstraction. Okay, in data abstraction we can hide many things. So due to this the programs are enhances in security, means there is a more security in object oriented programming languages. It is highly beneficial to solve complex programs. If there are complex programs, then complex programs can be solved easily in object oriented programming language rather than the programming oriented languages. Okay, means POP. Now move to the next question. Question number 4. In what ways object oriented programming is different from procedure oriented programming languages? Means you can write the difference between OOP and POP. OOP and POP. So in OOP you see that the stress is put on data rather than function. But in procedure oriented programming what happens? The stress is put on functions rather than data. In object oriented programming the data is restricted to be used in a specific program area, but in procedure oriented programming it allows data flow freely throughout the program. Okay, in OOP we use bottom up approach and in POP we use top down approach. Okay, so these are the differences between OOP and POP. Now question is 5. Name any two object oriented programming principles. Okay, I have told you that elements and principles both are same. So if you have to write down elements or the principles, you will write encapsulation, inheritance. Also you can write data abstraction and polymorphism. Name any two object oriented programming and procedure oriented programming languages. Okay, so here object oriented languages are C++ and Java, and procedure oriented programming language is Basic and C. Okay, so Basic and C, this Basic and this is C. These are the procedure oriented languages. C++, Java, these two are object oriented programming languages. Next question is, which OOP principle implements function overloading? So its answer is polymorphism. Okay, polymorphism implements function overloading. So I hope this you have understood very well. Okay, just you can subscribe this channel, and thank you for watching.